Okay, had a bit of a development here. Yeah, the ribbo's still putting out its legs. When's it going to go dormant? But started getting this sort of, looks like this orange organism growing again, which we had before in other pots. But also down the side here, we've had some of that zinc-loving, or so-called moss starting to grow, and also plants starting to grow on the edge here. So, because of that, and on this one's still maintaining its size. So, from going from 3 buckets of sand and 1 bucket of medium, we ended up with 3 buckets of formulation thing, which was strange in itself. The whole buckets vanished basically in volume, and so that was point 1. 2, it's maintaining its volume with the rain coming. So I decided to. I've set up another one, another pot because of that one over there. But also, I decided to take this one here and to try to sort it out, sort of thing. So I've covered it with thing, and hopefully that will slowly go down there due to the night moisture and the rain coming. So it's already starting to dampen up, if that's a word. So it's fully measured out with various aspects I've learned over the years. So it's not just banging on a load of salt. It's a measured amount for the size of the pot and to other aspects of the pot, sort of thing. So anyway, so yeah, and it's the other thing, this one started to green up too. So I decided to put a cutting here. I don't know whether the cutting, I don't know. I've never had really good strike rates and success with cutting over the years. Just like I never had any success with sphagnum moss for ages, until eventually I put one in a polystyrene foam box and covered it with glad wrap with holes in it, and the water used to go down through the holes of the glad wrap. And from that I extrapolated over the years and experiments, of course, that you can actually get sphagnum moss to grow much more easily, much better, by having a bit of granulated candle wax, or just putting a candle in there. Of course, if it gets too hot as you go into the summer season, the candle will melt. So it's really only for the cold months of the year, if you want to get your moss to really get going. And so it implies that there's probably some sort of mycorrhizal or some sort of symbiotic relationship going on with sphagnum. So in other words, sphagnum is hard to grow unless you have some sort of symbiotic, maybe perhaps mycorrhizal relationship going on, and you can actually give it a food source using paraffin candle wax, sort of thing. So you might want to try that if you're having trouble growing sphagnum. Of course, the next step is to take the big step, is to hopefully eventually, when all this comes to fruition, is to take your sphagnum and turn it red, of course, because I reckon that's part of the end of the journey, is not only growing big fly traps, is being able to take your green moss and turn it red, and maybe even blue. So and maybe some of your plants, because have you noticed the old carnivorous popsicle sort of thing? You get a flower and you get the top of the flower is yellow, middle bit is green, and sometimes you can see flowers where they're sort of turquoise blue down towards the base, and down near the bud, where the bud is a nice bright, almost magenta red. And if you notice some of these commercial places, they grow really well while the red is a cherry red, but as soon as it goes to this sort of dark red, that's when you start to lose the sort of growth. So it seems active growth is when the colour is a cherry red or a magenta red, and when it goes to this sort of normal red, that's when you've lost the growth, sort of thing. So in other words, you want to. And did I fail to mention that some of the plants you see in the shops that come out of these commercial places almost seem to be fluorescent, and especially the yellows in them and things like that, under the lights of the commercial nurseries you go to pick them up from, or the Bunnings and the Spanners and the whatever the department stores are, that you go and pick these things that come through the commercial. Did I have mentioned that in the past? I probably have, but you probably haven't picked up on it if you only go onto these videos. But have a look at them. They're coming out sometimes under those fluorescent lights in the shops. When you go and pick them, they almost look fluorescent. And then you take them outside in the sunlight, and they don't seem to be so much, So there's a subtle difference there. But I've been doing a few other experiments with various, with these new LED torches. I'm getting some interesting throw-ups. So whether there's some sort of connection there, I don't know. But lot more work to do, but you know, I hopefully this season will turn the corner, and you know, we'll nail something. It's like trying to nail jelly to a tree, and I think this is an important thing, because that was pretty unexpected to get that sort of response out of that. So that might make the difference. So from those, it may take months and months and months for those to actually activate, but these, once that's gone right through the pot very quickly, you might see a response as quick as that one, which is very strange indeed. But anyway, I'll keep you informed, as I always try to do, and yeah, see how we go. You never know, we might get an interesting response from that one. I decided to put it in the green zone. You can see that, see the green, and the green seems to be round the edge, just like that is on the edge of the pot. And if you notice, there's also some green zones here, again along the edge of the pot, not in the centre, along the edge of the pot. So it might be an important point. But anyway, this clip's getting a bit long. I'm on clear night portrait, 3 notches down because there's no sun. I tried to do a 4K video. Probably takes a whole. I'll talk about 4K later on. I've had a few problems. You know, I've gone on those tutorials online, and you try to do it their way, and it didn't work. Then I went around the whole ring, and then suddenly the thing that they were supposed to be showing me popped up the second time around, and I hadn't done anything. I just turned the ring all the way around a full 360 degrees. Very strange indeed. And I've had things now. It's going to an automatic white balance for 4. I wouldn't have thought you want automatic white balance for 4K. Once you've learned how to do all the other stuff, surely you want to control everything. Anyway, scratching my head, fellas, you know. Anyway, I'll talk more about it in the videos as we go out and try and do some 4K, but it's a real struggle trying to get into 4K. And yeah, and so far it seems to be like a disappointment getting into it. You know, I'm struggling, you know, 'cause I'm sort of losing the quality already. You know, I much prefer what I've already got rather than trying to get into 4K. It's just a struggle. Whether I'm doing something majorly wrong, or I don't know, something I've knocked and it's an important point. I don't know. Anyway, over and out for now.